Bishop Shedd School, and to anyone else who is tuning in to our lesson number 2, Norman Rockwell. So this is our second lesson on YouTube, but our third project since school closed. So please be sure to turn in any assignments by emailing me a photo or bringing them in at the assigned drop-off date that the school assigns. So today, I'm going to introduce you to Norman Rockwell, who was an American painter. He was born in 1895 in New York City, and he died in 1978 at the age of 84. He was known for his humorous paintings of everyday life. He began his career as an illustrator of children's books, but soon went to work for the Saturday Evening Post, a popular magazine at the time. He painted more than 300 pictures for the cover of the magazine. And here are 2 examples that I chose of his illustrations for the Saturday Evening Post. This one is of a zookeeper calmly reading a newspaper and eating a sandwich while a hungry lion gazes at the food inches away behind the bars of its cage. And then the other one is showing a young boy in a doctor's office carefully examining the framed medical school diploma on the wall as if to be sure if the doctor is really qualified to give him a shot. So these are 2 really great examples of illustration without words. And that is what we're going to do today. Our project is called Tell a Story Illustration. And the materials are simple. All you need is paper and a pencil to do your drawing. And then you're going to fill it in with color. And that is your choice of drawing tools. You get to choose whether you want to use colored pencils, crayons, markers, paints and brushes. It's whatever you have available and what you would like to use. So today I'm using watercolor paper, which is a little bit heavier paper for painting. And I'm going to use watercolor pencils, which I'll show you what they're like as we get into our drawing. And I'm also using regular watercolor from the palette. So, the first thing you need to do in your process is think about something fun, funny, enjoyable that happened to you. For example, a birthday party, a trip to the beach. My story is going to be about my family camping. And I really enjoy camping. And this is my favorite time of year to go camping is the fall. It's so beautiful with the colored leaves. And we love to be outside and away from everyday living. And we disconnect from our phones and our TV. And the best time is when we're around the campfire. And we're telling stories and having conversation. And this scene, we're roasting marshmallows. Emma loves to roast marshmallows. She doesn't like to eat them, but she loves to roast them. So this is something that we enjoy, and this is something memorable to our family. So that was my story for my illustration. Okay, so that's the final outcome. But I started off with a sketch or a drawing. So you're just going to take your pencil, and you don't need to necessarily put a lot of detail in your actual drawing. You just want to be able to get it onto paper so that when you color it in, that's when you really put the detail in. Okay, so I drew out my trees of where everything is going to be, us around the fire. Okay, and the camper. So just kind of outline where you want everything to be, okay? So that's my sketch. And once you're done your sketch, that's when you're going to start filling it in. And I first started with the color pencil, and I filled in my night sky, my trees. And if you're working with paints, remember to layer. Okay, you can layer your colors. If you're working with watercolor, you can wait for that little part to dry and you can go over it again. All right, so I filled it in with pencil, and then I took some water. And then I moved, when you add the water to the pencil for watercolor pencils, it moves it around the paper just like if you were using the paint from the palette. Okay, so you can kind of see how that is happening. And this is something that maybe the older kids might want to try if they are able to get a hold of watercolor pencils to experiment with. They're a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm just going to continue doing that. And remember, adding the detail is going to tell your story. So if I were to do a picture of a time where, you know, say I'm hitting a home run, and you want to show the winning game, you want to draw the moment of swinging the bat and connecting the ball with the bat, and the pitcher and the catcher and the people cheering in the stands, and maybe you're going to run and the hat is flying off your head. So this is telling a story. So you really want to focus on the details in your drawing, and then you need to fill it in with your color. So once I'm done with all of that, then I have my final outcome. Okay, so look carefully at your finished picture. All right, does the drawing tell a story so well that the words are no longer needed? If so, this is illustrating like the great artist Norman Rockwell. So this is what you want is as your final outcome. Please don't rush. Take your time. Enjoy doing your project. You have an entire week to do this project, and it has some processes, and if you choose paints, it's going to take you a little bit longer. Just take your time and enjoy doing it. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to next week's project, and stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much.